welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a video all about the Tuberose fragrance note. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. It's all about perfumes. Do subscribe if you're not already. Let me know your requests for videos in the comments down below. This was a requested video, so here it is. I love doing your requests. So let's get into it. So Tuberose is a white flower that can divide opinion. So I am not a huge Tuberose fan, and if it's done in the wrong way, I think it can be very old-fashioned. I think it was used a lot in a lot of old-fashioned perfumes, so sometimes it makes me feel like a sort of grandma perfume, but if it's done right, then it can be really pretty and feminine and nice. It can come in different forms. There are sort of mentholy tuberoses, there are ones that also almost smell rotten, so it really has to be dealt with in the right way, and I guess it's such a delicate white flower. It has a creamy, deep velvetiness to it that mixes with that floralness. It's also quite powerful, so if you got some tuberose and you had it in a room, then the whole room would like become smelling of tuberose. So it's a very powerful, pungent smell. So I'm going to start off with an example of where I think it's done really well and really modern. Now this is a bit of a niche perfume. It's called Gardens of India, and it's by a brand called Parlez-moi de Parfum. This is sold in Selfridges in London and online. All the bottles look like this, but they're obviously all different fragrances. And this is such an interesting scent. When I smelled it, I was so taken aback in the sense that I'd never smelled anything like that before. And Gardens of India is such a good name for this. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like a tropical garden. I remember I've been to the Yves Saint Laurent garden in Morocco, and this is what it reminded me of. This is what it smelled like. So it's basically tuberose, jasmine, and then a bit of wood. But it doesn't smell necessarily floral. It smells green to me, like a floral green, fresh, sophisticated, but very, very tropical. You know, when you get off an airplane in a very tropical country, or you've been in aircon, you step outside and you immediately get this smell. It just smells tropical. It smells of all the greenery around you that you don't get in countries like the UK, because we have different vegetation here. That's what it reminds me of, that smell of being in a tropical country. Yeah, really love this, really recommend it. And yeah, this is good. I've been saving this for spring because I don't think it's really that wintry, but this is gonna be good. I'm gonna be wearing this during the day in spring. So another big Tuberose perfumes are the Bloom perfumes from Gucci, in particular the Gucci de Fiori, Gautier. Now you guys know I'm not a huge fan of Bloom. I think like Flora is much nicer from Gucci. I find the Bloom perfumes an example of not doing Tuberose that well, but this is totally my opinion. I find them musky and intense and old-fashioned, but I know lots of people like them. And it's so weird because this is Tuberose, jasmine and honeysuckle, and this is Tuberose, jasmine and wood, so they have such similar notes, but they literally couldn't smell any different. Like, Flora is not fresh, it's not green, it's not outside, it's inside. It's like if you got Tuberose in the room and it had that smell of inside flowers in the room. That's what it smells like to me, almost like potpourri. But I know everyone's different, but it's definitely a good example of Tuberose. Elie Saab make an essence of Tuberose in their like more exclusive collection. Here they've mixed it with cinnamon and musk. So this is an example of like a wintry Tuberose. Cinnamon, of course, makes you think of Christmas time. So this is very much more heavy winter Tuberose. This does smell classy, like a clean scent, and good for lasting. This range is quite concentrated, I think. But yeah, this is completely different type of Tuberose, much more heavy, sophisticated. Prada's Infusion de Tuberose, which you might remember, the purple bottle. You used to always see this on Prada displays, but I don't know if it's in maybe going out of being discontinued. I'm not sure, you don't see it as often. This is a slightly fresher tuberose because it has blood orange in, but it has petitgrain and laburnum, which give this a intenseness. It's in the same kind of bottle as the Iris Prada, which I find really like musky, intense. So it does have that kind of vibe to it, but it's a very classical smell, I'd say. A lot of the Pradas are very classic. I wouldn't say it was clean or modern, but I'd say if you want a typical, probably most typical and true to the smell of tuberose, probably. Next on my list is from Killian, the by Killian brand, and it's their Beyond Love. I have become very into Killian recently and hanging around their areas in the perfume halls here in London quite a lot, interrogating the sales assistants, and I have some coming in the post. I'm going to do a whole review all on Killian, so I'll leave that linked when I do that. But this one in particular is the most tuberosy. But what I think about all the Killian perfumes, which is why I'm so interested in them, is I think they're all very modern. They are very cool. And I noticed actually a lot of the other people going to the counter were very trendy, cool girls in their 20s, 30s, like that were looking to spend a bit more, get a high quality perfume that lasted, but that wasn't like a granny old-fashioned intense perfume, that was something like very edgy and cool. So yeah, really loving Killian at the moment. So this tuberose has those green notes in, like the Gardens of India, but it has coconut in as well, and musk and amber. So it's heavier, it's intense. Coconut is a very warm, and that makes the tuberose very warm. And I think coconut is quite a modern ingredient. The green notes are quite modern, so this becomes quite interesting. Very good for lasting, very intense. But this is an example of a good modern tuberose. Jo Malone has their Tuberose Angelica, which is probably one of the more well-known tuberose perfumes. And besides Tuberose and Angelica, it has wood and amber in, which I guess help it last. But this to me is more nighttime, intense tuberose. It's quite a simple fragrance. I'm not mad about it. It's not interesting in the way that the Killian is or this is. But if you like tuberose and you like the green typical scents of Jo Malone, this is a good like nighttime floral green scent. Penhaligon's have their Heartless Helen, which is quite strong, tuberose with woody orangeness in. So this is more like woodland tuberose, quite green but woody. And the orange, yeah, makes it have that outside feeling as well, I think. So it's just like tuberose walking through a wood. Good for lasting. Penhaligon's good quality perfume, interesting bottles, interesting lid there, and interesting name. But yeah, I think this is towards the more modern type of way to get tuberose. And then some cheaper tuberose options. So Zara actually 2019 recently brought out Tuberose Noir, which is essentially a simple tuberose, bit of ylang ylang in. So very sort of good for the office, nice feminine perfume. And they also have Tuberose Summer, which has cassis in. Cassis, main ingredient of Armani C. So again, a bit, but this is lighter, it's a summery one. But interesting that they've chose to bring out 2 tuberose perfumes this year, and they of course monitor all the trends so closely, so perhaps tuberose is becoming a big thing at the moment. Lots of different ways to get tuberose. It's an interesting note. It does pop up in a lot of perfumes, and I'm sure there are countless other examples of tuberose perfumes as well. So let me know if you like any of these or what your favorite tuberose is, what you think of it down below in the comments. But that's it, guys. As always, the links will be down below to where you can buy all these, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. Do subscribe if you're not already. Give the video a like if it was any good, found it interesting. But that's it, guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.